Okay, I'm doing a little demo of the MythTV box I have here. It's running on Arch Linux. Anyway, we'll start with Media Library. I can watch videos or recordings. If I click on Watch Recordings, I'll have all the various programs I've recorded. As you can see, it's quite a bit of stuff there. If I click on one, it'll give you the information about it at the bottom of the screen. Any of the ones I have, there's several episodes of that one. It defaults to the newest one first. As you can see, you click on any one of them, it'll play that particular recording. And this is Manage Recordings. This is where I would go to schedule new recordings. I can use the program guide to do that. Pick one I want to record, and just you see, you can select to record this showing, or record all showings of it if it's a series, so forth and so on. And you can use the program finder to search for a particular program name or movie name or something. It takes a little bit to bring up that menu sometimes, because that's populated from the TV guide, and so it brings up all of the names you might have for programs that will be in alphabetical order. And so you pick one and you go over, and it shows you what times it's on. I don't know what a lot of these. Let's see, there's World News. It shows you when it's no ABC World News. I don't know what that would be, but there's a program, or some kind of a program called Addiction. Of course, it's in alphabetical order, and you scroll down to whatever you might want to find. I usually don't use that. I usually know what I'm looking for. I'll use search words and titles. And if I just type in something like, 2020, or this shows a list of things I've already typed in. See, Castro, there was a documentary about Castro. Of course, Christmas, I've recorded a couple of programs for the kids for Christmas. These are all different things but I can just type something in there on my own for a new search. Anyway, if I just hit there and start typing, see, I would search for a new search criteria. So anyway, that's kind of how that works. And then you find something, you can record it. Keywords is sort of the same thing. You would type a keyword that may just be in the description of the program. People, obviously, you'd look for stars of a show or something like that if you don't remember the name. And of course, there's advanced. I haven't really used anything beyond keywords, titles, or the program guide. That's usually as far as I've gone with it. Now, I've been using this for several months, but that's as much as I've needed. You can set up a custom record option that tells just what channel you want to record, how long you want to record it, and so forth, so what time you want to start and end it. That's what a manual schedule would be also. I've used manual schedule only a time or two, so not real familiar with that. Here's where you would play like a DVD from the server, which is, it's just a computer that runs this thing. So you can either play the disc or import the CD to a file. So that's pretty self-explanatory. If I click on that, I'll be able to play some DVD or movie off of a compact disc. In Media Library, you have the options of watch recordings or watch videos. A lot of the DVDs and stuff that I have brought home, I've just saved them as a file, and there you would click on play, and it would play that file, and of course it shows information about it before you play it. But that's normally what I do. When I get a DVD, I just save it to a file and record it and play it from the file, and that way I don't have to look for the DVD. I have a lot of those that I've saved on there, and once in a while I go through and delete them, and to me it's just easier, because when I get the DVD I just stick it on there and play it when I want to. And anyway, that's the beginning scenes of that particular one, and that's the way it works. And of course, listen to music. I have lots of music that I have recorded here, and if I play it, it'll play continuously through all of the lists, and I can switch to the graphics screen there and let it run for as long as I want to. And I have a pretty long list. There's probably a couple hundred MP3s there I have that I can play from, and works quite well. Sounds good with the speaker system I have, and it's a pretty nice option. I can continue playing while I search for other videos as well. But of course, if I start one of these other recordings, it'll stop the MP3 play and start, as you can see, it'll start the recording. And so that's, you stop it and it goes back to the music you're playing. So that's kind of the way that works. Exit and stop playing, you turn off the music. So that's a lot of what this is about. Of course, there's radio streams you can listen to. One I find particularly interesting is the what is it, the 50s? Yeah, that's the one I like the most. A lot of stuff you haven't heard in a long time. Now, it starts off playing some sort of advertisement, and after the minute or two worth of advertisement, well, this time it didn't do the advertisement, but it tells you at the bottom the name of the artist and the song and everything. Anyway, that's online music. There are a lot of online music streams you can listen to. So it's a pretty complete and robust entertainment center. But I've also have a browser here that I can use, a full-fledged computer, check my email, search web pages, whatever I want to do. I won't show the workings of it. I did that before. It was kind of messy in there at the time, but I've tidied it up a little bit since then. But I can watch live TV also on the Watch TV option. I guess I'll show you that part next. If I go to Watch TV, there's the program guide.
Just a few minutes of destiny.
I can click on Meet the Press and it'll start playing that program. Now, if I want to, I can scroll back only as far as it's been playing. I switched channels that time. So that's the way that works. You can go to program guide and schedule recording, so forth and so on. Anyway, that's the way that works. Let me switch to another. This is the feed for the MythTV, and I also have the regular TV tuner I can switch to. And
determine who the victim hung out with, how he spent his
that's
leisure
showing
hours.
channel 11,
Did he have any lady friends?
11 2. So anyway, a lot of options there. It covers pretty much everything I'd want, but what I usually stick with is just MythTV. Oh, and I have a remote control program on my phone, but I usually use the keyboard, which I have here, a wireless keyboard that also has a mouse. You can probably see the mouse cursor on screen. The buttons are here at the bottom. That's the mouse pad. And so I have a full-fledged keyboard. You also may notice the volume up and down, these two here, and the mute button. So I usually leave this sitting on the coffee table, and I usually just use the keyboard. P for pause, M for menu, skip forward, skip back, fast forward, reverse. You can go up to 180 times fast forward or reverse with those two keys, and then this skips a minute and a half forward or half a minute back. And this will go up and down through the menus, and enter will start something, or you can go hit the right arrow and it'll also start something, start a playing of video or stream. And that's pretty much it. There's how I switch to back and forth to the web browser, and if I switch to the web browser, I can do a new tab and start my email and so forth and so on. So that's pretty much how it works. I think I've covered it pretty well this time. So I encourage everybody to try out MythTV. It's really nice. Let's see, I didn't cover the information center. Now there's the weather. It takes a minute for it to populate, and see it's still getting the information, but it toggles between about 4 or 5 screens, and I've got it set for about a 5 or 6 second interval, and it just goes through all the statistics about the current weather and forecast. So that's just for warnings. If there were weather warnings, you'd see that on the screen, but as you see, there are none. So that's pretty much how that works. System status is right there. You're showing listening status, which tells what the MythTV is actually doing. There's schedule status, tells you about upcoming recordings. The tuner status, you see none of the tuners are recording right now. There's the job query. It shows what upcoming recordings I have for today. Here's the machine status. It shows how long ago it was rebooted. The uptime was 11 days, 19 hours, and 16 minutes. And that's how much random access memory is. It's actually 4 gigs of RAM, but it's shared with the video chip on board. It's got 4 gigs of swap, and there's the MythTV information. There shows the MythTV directory, then the hard drive information. It's a 1 gig hard drive. It shows 850 gigabytes. Shows you how many hours of recordings I have. And then of course drive 2, there's no drive 2. I only have one single 1 terabyte drive. So that's I don't have anything set to auto expire. You can have your recordings automatically deleted at a certain length of time. I'm I'm just not using that function right now. Maybe I will in the future, but that's the auto expire list. Actually, I have set a few things to automatically expire just for experimental purposes to see how it works, but I'm really not actively using that. And setup just gives you options to change some of the configurations. And okay, now that I think I've covered everything. Of course, manage recordings, you can look at your recording rules, delete some of them, or view the upcoming ones. Make sure you've recorded what you want to, set to record things that you wanted to. You can look at the previously recordings. Lots of options, and it takes a while to get used to all this, all the options you have, but they're very, very good list of options. Lots of things you can do with it, and all you could ever want from a DVR and for watching TV, it's all there, and it works quite well. So anyway, just thought I'd give a pretty comprehensive overview of how it works. Probably forgot to cover a few things, but wanted to show as much as I could, as quick as I could. So anyway, thanks for watching.